Imagine a world where people survive, not by finding the next beautiful city to live in, but by discovering a new planet, the one that will become the home of our species. It's not just exercise. It's a time-consuming race, with more opportunities than ever before. The Earth is on the brink of destruction, resources are being depleted, and ecosystems are being destroyed. The answer lies beyond the stars, in the depths of space, where 12 brave explorers embark on the mission of Lazarus, each searching for a new home for humanity. 10 years later, the Endurance mission was launched to retrieve data from 3 planets. But as they venture into the unknown, the sailors face daunting challenges, from rough waves to rocky terrains that hide secrets. This journey is full of danger, but it holds the key to humanity's future. Will they find life among the stars, or will the universe show its complete indifference to human life? In space, the distance between stars is measured in miles, but in light years, this is a question that has haunted humans since the first time we looked. Shab Asman, we are alone, but more important than loneliness is the question of life. Our country, our baby, and our home are dying. Food used to feed billions has been burned, and the world's air is becoming increasingly toxic. Humanity is on the brink of death, not because of war or disease, but because of the slow destruction of the environment we depend on. In this dark hour, the only hope lies in the stars, and 12 brave explorers are sent on a mission called Lazarus, each of them tasked with finding a new home for humanity. 10 years later, the Endurance mission was launched to get the best information about these 3 planets. This is no ordinary trip. It's a race against time, and the future of our species hangs in the balance. As the Endurance team prepares to begin their mission, the weight of their responsibilities becomes clear. The fate of billionaires is upon them. The first planet they explore is Miller's planet, a world destroyed by a supermassive black hole called Gargantua. This black hole is 10 billion light-years away from Earth, and its mass is 100 million times the mass of the Sun, the mass of the universe. The crew knows that their time on Miller's planet is different than their time on Earth. Every hour they spend in this world for years is important to show how fast they work. As the Endurance approaches Miller's planet, the first thing the crew encounters is a vast ocean covering the surface. A blue world with no land to be seen, an endless valley. But a calm screen eliminates the following problems. Landing on the planet's surface, they were greeted by an amazing sight, a wall of water more than 1,000 meters high rushing towards them with unstoppable force. These are not just waves. A tidal wave created by the great power of Gargantua. The boatman was nearly killed and shaken by the accident. If this planet is to become humanity's new home, it will require technology and resources beyond what they currently have to tame its rough seas. Although this planet is beautiful, it seems that it is very dangerous for human life. But another villain is at work in Miller's world. The workers know that Gargantua's power is getting worse over time. Every hour they spend on Earth is equivalent to 7 years on Earth. The short time he spent here was 10 years at home, and when he returned to the game, it was obvious that 23 years had passed. The sailors who stayed aboard grew older, those who went aboard did not. This long reminder adds another layer of pressure to their schedule. They need to find an inhabited planet, and they need to do it fast, before the people they hope to save are lost. The next planet on their journey was our planet, named after the missionary leader Lazarus who discovered it. Our world is very different from Miller's blue world. A frozen wasteland, an expanse of ice that stretches as far as the eye can see. The air is thin and chills the bones. Beneath the ice lies a rocky surface with gas and carbon compounds, the hallmarks of a habitable planet, says astronomer Emma Mann. The crew had good intentions, but when they landed on the planet's surface, they found that all was not as it seemed. Man seems to have falsified his data. Desperate to survive, he lies about the state of the world and hopes that the next mission will come to save him. The stone face he described was not there. This world is so dry, there is no hope for eternal life. The sailor regretted the betrayal. They have wasted their precious time and resources on a planet that offers no future for humanity. But the deception goes deeper than that. Desperate for his life, man nearly killed the crew in an attempt to take the ship and escape. This act serves as a bitter reminder that, even when lost, human error remains. The crew barely survives the crash, but the project is in trouble and hope is fading. Low on fuel and resources, the crew make the difficult decision to travel to the third and final planet, Planet Edmonds. The planet orbits another star called Pantagruel, which is 1 light-year away from Gargantua. To get there, it's a steep incline to the black hole, taking 51 years due to the passage of time. Cooper, the pilot of the mission, makes the ultimate sacrifice, working hard to strengthen the ship and allow Dr. Brand, the scientist of the mission, to reach Earth. The deal was successful and brought the Brand to Edmonds' planet, but it was expensive. 10 years have passed on Earth, and the fate of mankind is unknown. Edmonds' rock world is a rock world with air, land and water. This is the most romantic of the 3 planets and offers the best opportunity for new beginnings. The crew's sacrifice was not in vain. They have found a world that will become the new home for humans. But as they begin to explore the planet, questions arise. What challenges await in this new world? Is it a real paradise or are there still undiscovered dangers? The film ends with the promise of a new beginning and hope, but the journey is far from over. As the credits roll, audiences are shocked and confused. Interstellar is just a science fiction movie. It is a reflection of the human place in the world, our ability to survive and the paths we take to provide for our children. The film's depiction of space travel, black holes and distant planets is based on true science, but it requires creativity to tell a compelling story. These limitations do not diminish the impact of the film. Instead, they celebrate and become exciting explorations into the unknown. Ultimately, Interstellar reminds us that while the universe is vast and full of mysteries, it's also a place of endless possibilities. Finding a new home among the stars is not just a dream. This is a real challenge that we will face one day. This film encourages us to dream, to explore, to not lose the spark of wonder that makes us reach for the stars. As the Endurance orbits the Gargantua in space, the crew realizes their mission has turned into a race against time. The great distance they have to travel and the consequences of expanding black holes means that every decision they make will have consequences. The supernatural forces surrounding Gargantua distort time, but in reality, create a world environment where the laws of physics have been lost. As they navigate this treacherous path, the crew are horrified to learn that decades of life on Earth are being lost every minute. As the relatives grow older, the world changes, and the world they know as history disappears. This constant movement of time adds an emotional tension to their journey, a reminder that the world's clock is ticking down as they explore the outer reaches of the universe. On Edmonds' planet, the promise of a new beginning is challenged by dire conditions for creating life on an alien planet. The crew must quickly evaluate the world's resources and realize that human life is having a hard time adapting to this new environment. Although Earth's atmosphere is thinner than Earth's, technology and agriculture must change. Soil, even if fertile, contains unknown microorganisms that can be beneficial or harmful to human health. Water sources must be located and tested for capacity, and the terrain, which presents its own challenges with harsh winters and unpredictable weather patterns. When the first pillar was erected, the crew believed they were laying the foundation for humanity's last refuge. Every decision they make, from where to plant crops to how to build houses, will determine whether the world will be their new home or an endless test of human endurance. The unknown weighs heavily on the crew's mind. Each member faces the question of whether their mission will succeed or become a lost chapter in the history of space exploration. Dr. Mann's sense of hypocrisy is a reminder of the human capacity for excess and deficiency. Despite the intense pressure, the swimmer is still motivated by the intensity of the action. It's not just an inspection. They are the bearers of the light of people's hopes and dreams, the ones who must prevent the light of people from shining through the cold air of the world. As they prepare to start their new lives on Edmund's planet, they act cautiously, knowing they have a long way to go and different things on their shoulders.